As we turn next to a duo in Studio B that now live in Ohio, it's the Montvales. Welcome to Spindale and WNCW again.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here after a year and some change. Nice to have you all back. Originally from Knoxville, now living in Cincinnati, and you're live on WNCW in Studio B, where our sessions are brought to you by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Your instruments are all tuned up on a Monday morning. Let's hear a song.
Let's do it.
2, 3.
Ooh. Hey there, Lou. When I look across the desert, all I see is you. And in my eyes, you go on forever, so I guess that's why it's gotta turn out alright. And in this mountain range, you'll come here when you're older, and I hope it's the same. And it'll be your turn to get washed in the rain. When you wake up, you ask, where have I gone? And though the time goes fast, I know it's gonna be too long. So in the countryside, maybe you'll come back when you can taste the wine. Everything that's worth it, well, it takes some time. By the ocean wide, can you keep on wading through the rising tide? In this world that we've been burning, can you make a light? When you wake up, you ask, where have I gone? And though the time goes fast, I know it's gonna be too long. Hey there, Lou. When I look across the desert, all I see is you. And in my eyes, you go on forever, so I guess that's why it's gotta turn out alright.
That's Lou from the Montvales here on WNCW. I guess the first single released from this album.
Yeah.
Cool. It's a new album from you all coming out, I think on like Friday or something, huh?
That's right. Yeah.
Yay.
Friday, February 2nd.
All right. It's called Born Strangers from the Montvales, and originally from Knoxville. Kind of cut your teeth there, busking on the streets of Knoxville, and then moved to Cincinnati when?
About 2.5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when you were here last time, I know you had kind of recently moved there, more or less, but talked
Yeah.
about the Knoxville connections and now the Cincinnati connections. You feeling pretty at home in Cincinnati?
Yeah. It's been very kind to us. Very nice community of musicians there. And yeah, it feels like a creative spot.
Cool. That's good. Sally mentioned that, and she's tuning her banjo, but I got to ask about the song Lou, which I think, did you write that one?
Yeah.
It was about someone you connected to a niece or something? Is that right?
Yeah. I wrote it after I took my baby niece to the ocean for the first time.
Aw. All right. Well, it's got to be more to the story.
Yeah.
Did she fall in? Did she get stung by jellyfish? No.
No, it went really well. Yeah, it was a time of... I was living in France, far away from home, and I was following American news super closely and having some doom and gloom feelings about the future.
And taking a baby to the ocean for the first time was a very hopeful thing. So I was trying to lean into some defiant hope there.
All right. The song of Defiant Hope. Sally, I hope you learned your lesson. When you're traveling overseas, especially to a place like France, don't waste your time following American news. There's a reason why you paid all that money to go far away. So that was the first song released from the new one, Born Strangers. And you want to talk about the album? It was produced by someone in Nashville.
Yeah. It was produced by Mike Lapinto in Nashville at the Tractor Shed Studio, which is technically in Goodlettsville, right outside of Nashville. And it's run by sound engineer Sean Sullivan, who's also really great. But yeah, we had a whole crew of like really killer Nashville musicians behind us. It's our first time with a full band on a record, so it was a huge experiment. But we were really stoked with how it turned out. And yeah, I think it's a defiant hope is rather the theme of the record. A lot of just sort of our various bids for self-determination over the last 3 years, ever since lockdown happened, and we were like, oh, time to try to quit our good jobs and become dirtbag musicians, just as like the world is descending into even more chaos than usual.
Yeah. I forgot what your previous jobs were. I think you mentioned it last time. What were you all doing?
I worked in like the reproductive rights world for a nonprofit.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Molly and Sally?
I worked on farms, and then I worked in the nonprofit sector supporting small farms.
All right. So both nonprofit work.
Yeah.
I think one of your like parents had been actively involved in the nonprofit world or something. Or no?
Yeah.
Maybe they just encouraged you.
Both by extension.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom's a social worker and has been my whole life, and Sally's dad was, and that's how they met in Knoxville back in the day, and then eventually introduced us. So
there you go.
part of the story.
So it's kind of like a family band, sort of. Couple
Yeah.
of families. It's the Montvales here on WNCW. You're just kind of passing through now. I think you had some shows up in West Virginia earlier. Hope that went well over the
Yeah.
weekend or whatever.
Yeah, always lovely up there.
Yeah, cool. And you're going home to Cincinnati soon for a big kind of album release show, I guess, with a full band. But you're coming back to your earlier hometown, Knoxville, for a show Saturday the 10th, Barley's Tap Room in
Yeah.
Knoxville. I bet you've played there, maybe eaten there a time or two back in your
yeah.
Knoxville tenure.
Yeah, I was trying to remember for some reason the other day the first bar I ever went to, and I'm pretty sure it was Barley's. So also part of the story.
That's a good start
Yeah.
for your long tenure of going to bars.
Don't ask how old she was then.
No, better not.